What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2022. This episode, we need to get some structures laid. I need some storage for grains. I need storage for vehicles. We also need to start laying the structures for our ranch. So cow pasture, horse pasture, sheep, pigs, and chickens. So the storage for the silo for the grain and also the vehicles I'm going to put on this piece of land. Now, it's not a very big piece of land, so I might have to go ahead and flatten things out and move it back that way a little bit. I hope I don't need to get rid of those trees. I might have to. So I might go ahead and do that real quick before we get started. So yeah, I'm going to have to flatten this place out to get a little bit more room back towards the river and try to find a way of making it look a little bit better. Now, this land is mostly flat, except for that little bit right there. So it shouldn't be too difficult. Then we're also talking about cow pastures and all the other pastures for the other animals. And I think what I'm going to do is we do have this little piece of land, which is on the other side of the mill. If I could get over there. I think my character is out of shape because he's not sprinting. Well, he is, but no, he's just running. He's jogging. You need to get in shape, farmer. Alright, so this piece of land over here, which I bought, like in the first episode when we first started playing on this map, and I was thinking about turning it into a field, but I'm kind of running out of room. So for structures, we need some flat surfaces, or at least close to flat. If I try to build a structure on a hill like this one right here, it will actually flatten out all the land that's around that structure. So trying to place it right there would be, yeah, that would not be good. It would actually look kind of dumb. So this field right here, we're going to go ahead and put all the pastures for all the animals. So this one, what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and do a little building montage. Try to get everything laid if I can. Get some roads, try to make everything look good. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We're going to have to figure that one out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, so there's only one thing I want to talk about real quick. This episode, we're still in our experimental world. The reason for that is I actually had a few episodes that I had recorded that were corrupted or whatever was wrong with them. So yeah, we're going to be here for another 2 or 3 episodes and then we'll go back to our survival world. Just trying to get everything caught up. Now, I did upload a mod because I was noticing an issue with trying to terraform pieces of land like this one. Luckily, this one doesn't have any trees, but the problem that you would get is when you cut down a tree and then you grind down the stump, some of the stump will still be there underneath the ground, which will not allow you to terraform if you're doing any extensive terraforming. So the mod that I added is called, Easy Development Controls? Something like that. But all you have to do is hit F12. And there's a bunch of different options, which are actually pretty damn cool. One of the things I could do is we're going to go ahead and set our money to 20 million. The reason for that is that's how I test to see how much this is going to cost me. So in my survival world, I can get that money together to get everything that I have to do to get all the equipment or any buildings that I buy. Also land. So now our money is going to be set at 20 million. Also, extra time scales. It allows me to fast forward through time up to 10,000 times speed. You guys saw it in the last episode when I used it up to 5,000. The mod actually recommends that you not go over 5,000. It'll cause some issues. It also does have flight mode, but if you turn flight mode on, the problem that you'll have is you will not be able to enter any vehicles. So if you use flight mod to say take a thumbnail, Just make sure you turn it back off before you try to go back to farming, or you won't be able to get into a vehicle. And then delete object inputs. This one I turn on to help me out with tree stumps. Because here pretty soon where I got to plant corn, I have a big field that I need to flatten out. And I tried it once, and there's this stump. No matter which world I go into, this stump just is there. And I can't completely terraform the ground. This is an issue that's been in Farming Simulator for a long time. So you just come up to the tree, hit delete on your keyboard, and there you go. Now the tree and the stump are gone. But I only use it on the stump that I knew was going to give me some issues. And I'll talk about that when we actually get into it. But in my test world, it's a good way to go ahead and just get rid of some trees real quick so we can go ahead and do a little bit of work. So I think that's everything that I need to flatten out. Now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and start spending some money. We're going to go ahead and do this in a montage. Now the first thing we need to do about cost is how much does the piece of land cost? Let's do this. I think it's this one. And is it? Yeah, it's a piece of Latin land. And I think, yeah, it was 132,000. I think if I sell it, I get the same amount as if I bought it. So we're not going to add it to our total for today because I already own that piece of land. But yeah, land in this map is pretty damn expensive. So in this field, we're going to go ahead and put down the vehicle storage and also the grain storage. Then we're going to move over to that other piece of land and put down the pens for all the animals. I'm going to have to figure that one out. I'm going to try to save as much space as possible. We'll see how that all works out. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this in a montage because, well, when I'm trying to design and trying to make things look good, I don't want to have to worry about talking at the same time. And I also like the music. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this montage started and enjoy the music.
I went by your house, what a big mistake. But for a while I thought that I wouldn't break. I need something else to clear my head. Someone to tell me how to live instead. Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life. Nothing in life is good. Tied in with mountain. To the mountain. Home to the mountain.
Alright, so let's take a little bit of a look. You notice that putting down the barns for the animals did take me a while because I was trying to figure out the best place to put stuff, and I might have to change it. All that work I did, I might have to change it because of one little thing. But anyways, so we do have 3 sheds, which should be plenty of storage for all the vehicles that I have to get. Maybe. Not sure. We still need to get a lot of vehicles, so we might not have enough storage here. But yeah, we'll have to see. I decided to go with this silo not only because of the size, but I always did like these little unload areas. I think they're kind of cool. But yeah, this thing just holds a lot more grain. We're going to have to store a bit of grain so that way we have a stockpile before we get the animals. Because it would be nice to have a bit of a stockpile to feed the animals before we get them. Now, one thing I did want to test was to see if those hay bales would fit in those sheds. But no, it's actually too short. So in Farming Simulator 2019, I was able to take the stacker and fit it in here. There was a little bit of clipping, but not that much. But in this one, 2022... yeah, the stacker does not actually fit. Which was unfortunate because that was the plan I had to put over here for the bale storage. But instead, I got a little bit bigger. Well, it might... Yeah, I think it's a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger shed so we can go ahead and hold more bales. Actually, probably way more bales than I actually need. Which is okay, because then we also have an area to store silage. If we get to the point where we're not producing silage fast enough or fermenting it fast enough, we will have extra. We will need to put it somewhere. But let's go ahead and go over here to the ranch, and yeah, we'll check out the design, and I'll explain one little thing that I'm missing, but it might not be an issue. So I try to put fences around this whole thing. I need to kind of dress them up, make them look a little bit better. But yeah, I don't think it looks half bad. Alright, so we do have fuel over here. Of course, I try to go with all the best stuff, all the best pins. All together, this cost me about 1.9 million. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make 1.9 million in my survival world so I can go ahead and get all this built. Then of course we have our silage bunker. Silage bunker. So that way we can go ahead and make silage. And I don't know why the manure heap has a load position right here. I don't remember the other ones using that, having that. Actually, if I remember correctly, the manure bunker, this thing, was actually attached to, yeah, it was. The slurry and the manure heap was actually attached to the buildings. That's right. I completely forgot about that. And then, of course, we have over here our slurry tank, which this is where the problem comes in. I didn't make enough room for, yeah, one of these tanks over by the pigs. But what I'm hoping is that the area of effect of that storage reaches the pig pens. I don't know if it will. It probably won't. No idea. I guess we'll have to see. Also need to see just how much slurry this thing actually holds. But hopefully it does reach. If it doesn't, we're not really going to have enough food for a lot of pigs. So the slurry tank that's in the building might be enough to hold it. That's something we're going to have to figure out. If not, I'm going to have to change things and put a slurry tank over there. And then, of course, we got our fuel, so that way I can fill up the vehicles that are going to stay over here. We are going to need vehicles here. I'm not sure exactly what all we're going to need, but yeah, we'll get into that when the time comes. Now, I definitely wanted to get to this cow pasture because of the robot. I want to check that thing out. I really do. Probably could have made a little bit more room if I would have went with the smaller one, but yeah, this thing is automated. So I'm definitely getting that. Then, of course, over here on the left, we have our chicken pen. Doesn't take up a whole lot of room, so I was able to put that just about anywhere. Oh, yeah, and then a water tank right on the other side. I don't think any of these buildings require me to load it with water. I think they're all connected to the pipeline. I'm not sure. That's something we're going to have to figure out. I don't see anywhere to unload water anywhere, so yeah, I don't think we need it. But yeah, on a farm you would still have it for other things, like washing animals or washing vehicles, whatever. Then of course over here we have something we might not need. So this is the horse pen, and I do believe to get 100% efficiency on the horses you need to feed them hay and oats. I'm not exactly sure. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have enough land for a farm for oats. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So we might have to... Well, I might be able to find room somewhere. Maybe. I'm going to have to push that one. But we might just go ahead and cancel out the horses and not get the horses. Then, of course, the pig pen, which I'm hoping everything with the slurry works out for this, because that was the whole point of getting the pigs was for the slurry. This is the only issue that I have. I have to come all the way around here to unload the grain for the pigs and also to unload pigs. We have to get an 18-wheeler in here. That's going to be fun. We'll get it figured out. I have no idea how close we need to get, but yeah, we'll figure that all out. And then, of course, over here is the sheep. Now, I was very careful to make sure that all the unloading and loading zones were free, so that way I'm not blocking anything. And I think I did a good job. I think we're good. Then, of course, this behemoth. Now, this is some pretty big shed. This is where we're going to hold all of our bales. So, straw and hay. Now, two of these bunkers, the left and the right, that is a lot of storage space. So, yeah, we have plenty of space. I'll probably use this side for bales and this side for something else. No idea what. But, yeah, not half bad. So, of course, when I get this in my survival world, it's not going to look like this. It might look just a little bit different. But, yeah, I think what I'll leave out is I'll go ahead and leave out the water tank. And the fuel... I don't... Nah, we'll go ahead and leave the fuel. But I think all of this, I should have room to get vehicles and do any turnarounds that I need to do wherever. Of course, we can't get to the slurry on the cow pen. That's important too. I don't know. I don't know how much they'll produce if you put down straw bedding. So the way it works is if you put down straw bedding in the cow pasture, they will make manure. If you don't, they'll make slurry. I don't know if that's the same in 2022. That's something we're going to have to see and see if that actually works that way or not. But they might still produce a little bit. We'll have to see. So yeah, there she is. So yeah, like I said, almost cost me $2 million. So I have a lot of trees cut down, a lot of forests. But we do have one area where I'm planting potatoes, which I think we're going to do in next episode. Over there by the potatoes, there are a bunch of trees I still need to cut down. So that's what I'm going to be using to make money. And I think there's a few other areas close to town. But yeah, I'll do whatever I can to try to get up enough money so we can go ahead and build this. And also have money for further episodes. But yeah, next episode we're going to be in this map again. Or in my save file. Because, yeah, I already got past all that. So we're having to redo. So in March, let's go ahead and see. I think it's only potatoes that we can plant. Let's see. March. So I could plant oats if I was planting oats. But yeah, I don't think I have any room for that. And then, yep, looks like we're planting potatoes in next episode. Yeah. So I will look around and see if there might be a spot I can find for oats. But I have until April to get that planted, so I think we'll be fine. But yeah, next episode we'll go ahead and figure out potatoes. I've never done potatoes before, so this should be fun. But we'll see you next episode. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.